in depth psychology, there's this idea that when the object, meaning the person, holds this power over you, that you are dependent on her to give you life, sustenance, nurturance, and care. You love that, of course, because it is for you the source of life. But you also resent it because you're dependent on them.
The dependency. So it feels like it's controlling you in a way.
In a way, it's controlling you.
It's like the controlling mother, she might not mean to control, but your dependency creates that they have control. And you're projecting the control onto them.
Yes. Yeah. And your growth depends on you extricating yourself from that control. In other words, rebelling against it, striking out on your own independently. And of course, if the individual doesn't do it, they remain stunted. They cannot grow into an individual self.
So is that why we're destroying the earth? Because we're trying to separate ourselves from the dependency of the nature?
I think so. I think there's an element of that in the collective, that we are in that adolescent stage of rebellion against the mother, trying to find our independence and our own way of doing things. Our technology gives us that power, but at the same time, it's too aggressive, too destructive, too self-destructive as well, because what we do to the earth, of course, comes back to us, as we see in the climate crisis, and it hurts us as well.
So is man intimidated by nature in a way? Because if you think about hurricanes and tornadoes and earthquakes, these things happen naturally in earth. A volcano can destroy man in an instant. And we think about what really, when I remember when COVID first came out and started to spread, we were all frozen and people were out. The streets were empty. The whole world shut down because of a tiny microscopic bug. And I was like, how humble are we? We're like on our knees to this powerful force of nature. And so naturally with that, we're dependent on it, but we're also pissed off because I think man or higher intelligence wants to be in control, or the ego wants to be in control. So it finds a way to deal with it in almost like a passive aggressive way.
Yeah, there's certainly an element of that. It is also that we're meant to individuate, meaning to strike out on our own. But in the individual, when they don't deal with their anger, their suppressed anger towards the mother, it plays out in self-destructive ways. In other words, that we want to hurt ourselves, not only the earth or the mother, but ourselves as well. And it messes up relationships with other people because we project that anger onto our partners usually.
Well, and if you think about it globally on wars, it's always a projection. Almost every war is based on religion, ultimately, and power. And then thinking the other person's the bad person, and this country is perfect, and the good do-gooder in the world, and this is the evil of the world. And it's not as easy as it is. And I think in the Gita, they talk about the battle and the battle between the two families. And so that's what we're at. We're like battling ourselves in a way and having to come to terms with it.